All right, let's get into it. You did it. You went through the whole process. You clicked through the installer, and now you have a fresh, gleaming installation of Kali Linux sitting on your machine. It feels pretty cool, right? It's like getting the keys to a high-performance race car. But just like you wouldn't take a race car straight from the factory onto the track without checking the tire pressure and tuning the engine, you shouldn't just dive into Kali without doing some critical setup first. This isn't just about making things look pretty. It's about security stability, saving yourself a massive headache down the line. These first few steps are absolutely non-negotiable. Think of a fresh Kali install as a powerful but slightly untamed beast. It's designed for a very specific purpose: security testing digital forensics. Because of this, it comes with some default settings that are great for a quick, temporary job, but not so great for a daily use learning environment. Running everything as the root user, the super administrator of the Linux world, is like walking around with a master key to every door in a skyscraper. Sure, it's convenient, but if you drop that key or someone swipes it, the entire building is compromised. Our goal today is to tame this beast and turn it into a reliable, secure partner for your cybersecurity journey. This guide is going to walk you through the essential post-installation checklist. We're talking about the stuff you have to do, not just the stuff that's nice to have. We'll cover everything from updating the system to creating a safer, non-root user account for your everyday tasks. We'll also bolt on some extra armor by setting up a firewall, ensuring your network connections are as secure as possible. Each step is a layer of protection and a boost to performance, making your experience smoother and, more importantly, safer from the get-go. First things first, before you do anything else, and I mean anything, you need to update your system. This is the absolute #1 priority. When you download a Kali Linux image, it's like a snapshot in time. It could have been weeks or even months old. In cybersecurity terms, a month is an eternity. New vulnerabilities are discovered daily, and developers constantly push out patches and fixes. Running an outdated system is like going into a sword fight with a shield full of holes. It's asking for trouble. So why is this so critical? Your Kali system has hundreds of tools, and both those tools and the OS can have security flaws. An update doesn't just add features, it delivers crucial security patches. Think of it as a software vaccination. By updating, you're immunizing your system against digital threats floating around the internet. Make system updates, muscle memory, open the terminal, that little black box icon. It will become your best friend. Type 2 simple commands. The first, sudo apt update. It doesn't install anything. It contacts Kali's repositories and downloads a fresh list of available software and versions. It's the prep work, then run. Sudo apt full upgrade Y. This does the heavy lifting. It compares the list to what you have installed, then downloads and installs updates. Kernel, system libraries, all your security tools. The Y flag auto-confirms prompts, saving you some time. This can take a while depending on internet speed and image age. Go grab a coffee, let it run, and when it's done, you'll have a system that's secure and up to date. Okay, update's done. Your system is now patched and ready. The next critical step is to get out of the root account. In the Linux world, root is the God mode user. It has unlimited power to do absolutely anything on the system. Read any file, delete any file, change any setting. While this sounds awesome, it's actually incredibly dangerous for day-to-day use. If you accidentally type the wrong command as root, you could literally delete your entire operating system with no "Are you sure?" pop-up to save you. It's a recipe for disaster. Beyond accidental self-destruction, there's a huge security risk. If you're browsing the web as root or running a script as root and you encounter malicious code, that code now has God mode privileges. It can install malware, create backdoors, completely take over your system without breaking a sweat. By creating and using a standard non-root user, you create a safety buffer. If you run into something nasty as a standard user, the damage is usually contained to just your user account. The core system files remain protected because your user doesn't have permission to touch them. Creating a new user is simple. Pop open that terminal again. Type this command, sudo adducer your username, showing. System will walk you through prompts. Just replace your username with whatever you want your username to be. The system will then walk you through a few prompts. It'll ask you to create a strong password for this new user. Do it. Make it long and complex. Then it will ask for some optional information like your full name, room number, and so on. You can just press enter to skip these. They aren't important for the user account to function. Once the user is created, we need to give it a little bit of power. Specifically, the power to become a super user when needed. We do this by adding it to the sudo group, sudo user mod, ag sudo your username. This means your new user can run commands with administrative privileges by typing sudo before the command and then entering its own password. It's like having the master key locked in a safe. You can use it when you absolutely need to, but you're not carrying it around all day. Now log out of your root session and log back in as your new, safer user. This might sound a little redundant, especially if you set a password during installation, but it's a crucial habit to get into. Kali Linux, for a long time, used to come with a very well-known default. The default username was Kali, and the default password was Kali. While recent installers force you to create a user, many pre-built virtual machine images or live versions might still use this default. And even if you set your own password, what about the root account? During some installation types, the root account might be disabled or have a predictable password set. We need to lock that down, tight. Default credentials are the lowest hanging fruit for any attacker. They are the first thing anyone will try when attempting to gain access to your system. There are automated scripts and bots that do nothing but scan networks for devices. Admin/admin, root/tor, Kali/Kali. First, let's change the password for the user you're currently logged in as your new non-root user. Open the terminal and simply type passwd. The system will ask you to enter your current password and then ask you to enter and confirm a new, strong password. This is straightforward, but more importantly, we need to secure the root account. Even though we aren't using it for daily tasks, it needs a fortress-grade password. To change the root password, you'll use your new sudo powers. In the terminal, type sudo passwd root. Because you use sudo, the system knows you have permission to perform this administrative task. It will prompt you to enter a new password for the root user and then confirm it. Make this password different from your user password and make it incredibly strong. We're talking long with a mix of uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Store it somewhere safe, like a password manager. Now both your daily user and the all-powerful root account are secured with unique, strong passwords. If you've installed Kali Linux inside a virtual machine program like VirtualBox or VMware, you might have noticed things feel a little clunky. Maybe you can't resize the window properly. Your mouse feels a bit laggy. You can't copy and paste files between your host and your Kali VM. This isn't a bug. The VM lacks the right drivers to communicate with your host hardware. The solution? Install guest editions for VirtualBox or VMware tools for VMware. These packages are collections of device drivers and system utilities that optimize the guest OS. Once installed, you'll unlock key features: seamless mouse integration, shared clipboard, dynamic screen resizing. Make sure your system is updated, sudo apt update and sudo apt full upgrade. Why? Reboot if needed before installing new drivers. The tools are in the Kali repositories, no ISO mounting required. For VirtualBox, sudo apt install y VirtualBox guest x11. For VMware, sudo apt install y OpenVM tools desktop fuse 3. The terminal will download and install the necessary components. Once installation is complete, reboot the VM, sudo reboot. After reboot, the display resizes, the mouse is smooth, and the VM feels like a native install. Section 6, Step 6. Locking down your network connection. Now that your system is updated and user-friendly, it's time to think about how it talks to the outside world. Your network connection is your gateway to the internet, but it's also a potential gateway for others to get into your system. By default, your network settings might be a bit too chatty, broadcasting information about your machine that you'd rather keep private. One of the first things we should do is configure the network manager to be a little more paranoid, especially on untrusted networks. We need to edit a configuration file for network manager. Open your terminal and type sudo nano / etc / network manager. Config, look for a section header that says connection. If it's not there, you can add it. Underneath that header, add wi-fi.mac-address-randomization =, yes. Next, add a new header, device. Under it add wi-fi.scan-ran-mac- address =yes. Finally add a section, main. Under it add hostname mode =none. After you've added these lines, press Ctrl+X, then Y, then enter to save. Reboot your machine with sudo reboot to apply these new, more secure network settings. Section 7, Step 7, Enabling your digital bouncer, the firewall. A firewall is one of the most fundamental security tools you can have. Think of it as a digital bouncer standing at the door of your computer. Its job is to inspect all the network traffic coming in, going out, and to block anything that doesn't follow the rules. Kali includes a firewall utility called UFW, Uncomplicated Firewall. The name understates the complexity, but it makes managing it much easier. It's not enabled by default. Kali is a toolkit. Its developers expect users to configure it for their needs. For learners setting up a secure environment, enabling the firewall is non-negotiable. It protects you from unsolicited incoming connections, port scans, and other network-based attacks. Enabling and configuring is a breeze. Set the default rules first. Block all incoming traffic by default. Allow all outgoing traffic. Open your terminal and run sudo apt install UFW. Sudo UFW default deny incoming. Sudo UFW default allow outgoing. Now turn the bouncer on. Sudo UFW enable. The system may warn about disrupting SAH connections. That's fine if you're on the machine directly. Type Y and press enter. Firewall active. Check status with sudo UFW status verbose. To open a port later run, sudo UFW allow 22 TCP. For now, keep the default deny all policy. Section 8. Step 8. Tuning your software sources or repositories. We've already used Kali's software sources when we updated the system. These repositories are massive online servers that host all the software packages you can install on Kali. Your system keeps a list of these servers in a file, and when you run apt update, it checks that list. It's a good idea to inspect this list to make sure it's correct, and that you're pulling from official, secure sources. Using unofficial or broken repositories can lead to system instability or, even worse, malicious software. The configuration file that manages these sources is located at /etc/apt/sources.list. Over the years, that file can get extra lines, including debian-src source repositories. For most users, you don't need the source code, just the compiled, ready-to-install software. Simplifying this file can speed up updates and prevent errors. We just want it pointing to the main Kali repository and nothing else, unless you've intentionally added something. Section 9, Conclusion. Your secure launchpad into cybersecurity. And there you have it. You've successfully taken a default Kali Linux installation and forged it into a hardened, personalized, and secure workstation. We started by installing the latest security patches and installing updates to close known vulnerabilities. We moved away from the all-powerful root account for daily use and created a standard user as a safety buffer. We hunted down default passwords and eliminated them. We replaced them with strong, unique passwords for the user and for the root account. We smoothed the VM experience by installing guest additions. We tightened up our network configuration to reduce our digital footprint and enabled the UFW firewall, our ever-vigilant digital bouncer. Finally, we ensured our software sources are clean and point to official repositories. Each of these steps, while simple on their own, combines into a layered defense. You've fundamentally changed your security posture from default to proactive defense. Your system is now safer and more stable. You're ready to begin the real journey, learning cybersecurity. You have a proper lab environment, a launchpad to explore, experiment, grow your skills, start exploring the tools, read documentation, follow tutorials, use the immense power of Kali Linux responsibly and ethically. Remember, the goal is to build and protect, not to break and destroy. You've built a secure foundation for your own system. Congratulations on taking these essential first steps. Welcome to cybersecurity. Keep learning, stay curious, and use your new powers for good.